You guys ready for the market to drop in FC25? Well, I hope so, because if you're not, you're going to lose some coins, because it's Wednesday, aka Market Crash Day, which is why I've sold literally everything, including my RTTK investments, which we're going to talk a lot about today, as well as the Ballon d'Or cards that were leaked last week, as well as the icons that are coming into the game starting on Friday. So if you're excited for all of this, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Subscribe to Nitro Gaming if you're new. And if you're looking to buy any coins, check out Loot Bar. Not only are they already cheaper than the other platforms, but when you use my code NITRO, you're going to get another 8% off of that and 5% more coins than what you bought. You can even buy specific players on their site now too. It has great reviews, big creators use it, and you get your coins within a few minutes. So if you need quick coins, Loot Bar is the place to go. Yesterday, I sold everything on my transfer list, from the Trailblazer investments that we made in Mingueza, who we sold for 18 to 19,000 coins, to Fuller and Balgan, to the other RTTKs we had, and then of course our Julian Brandt investment that we sold for about 65,000 coins. And this Julian Brandt was weird because Dortmund played against Sturm Graz yesterday, and a match that Dortmund was heavily favored to win. At home, at the Signal Iduna Park, playing against a team that's 0-0-3. 3 losses straight in Champions League. They should win, but it took them till the 86th minute to score. So if you had a Julian Brandt on your transfer list, it was basically the perfect scenario, and yet he's still down in price. And that's why we always sell into the hype of these games, especially for a card like Brandt when they were the favorite. But if you're not the favorite, it looks like there could be some value in those cards, because Gonzalo Ignacio from Sporting, who played against Manchester City yesterday and pulled off the upset victory, making it so that Sporting and Gonzalo Ignacio has both the 3 wins and the 4 different matches where they've scored, and he gets both upgrades, making him go from 84 to 87, because the first upgrade will take him to 86 rated. He also gets the roll plus plus. And this card, on the other hand, if we take a look at the graph, has gone not just up from 13K, not just up from 15K, which he was on average yesterday. He is now 27,000 coins, basically doubled in price on that card, which is a very significant rise for Gonzalo Ignacio. So we see some cards, when they pull off the upset and get those upgrades, they can go up in price pretty significantly, but it is few and far between. Let's take a look at all of the cards getting an upgrade today. We've got Virgil van Dijk, and the upgrades might not be today. It just really comes down to when EA update them. Of course, it might be today, but who knows if they show up to work today. So we'll see. But Van Dijk's going to go from 92 to 93 rated. So an overpowered card is going to get even more overpowered. If we take a look at his price over the course of yesterday, you can see he is up a little bit in price right now, but I think that he could actually go a little bit down after the upgrade comes out, because he did go from 4 million, 3.9 million at the lowest point yesterday, all the way to 4.5 mil. So if you wanted to buy him, I don't think he's getting back down to 3.9. I think you can kiss that goodbye at least until the Black Friday market crash, but he could come down to 4.3 easily at some point today. So just wait on that if you did want to buy him. Then you're looking at Brandt. We already saw him. Jota was an SBC. Balogun, who got a big upgrade from 86 to 88. His card right now is still like 19,000 coins, so he didn't really go up all that much. You know, that card was about 19K beforehand, and well, he's about 19 to 20K afterwards. So really not totally worth holding on to these cards, because those that did not get upgraded, if you take a look at the Index 100 over the course of the last 24 hours, you can see that, yes, Gonzalo Ignacio is up a lot, but these cards over on the right side, like Shesko, down a lot of coins because Leipzig got absolutely torched yesterday. So he is at 54,000 coins when he was at 64, 65K just yesterday, 67K earlier in the week. If we scroll down a little bit more, you can find Doku for Manchester City, who were likely to win. And this card could have gotten some upgrades if they had beaten Sporting Lisbon away. They did not. He could have gotten the 3-win upgrade. They did score, so he is one upgrade away from getting both upgrades. He'll go from 87 to 89 rated. And so they play against Feyenoord Rotterdam at home in 3 weeks' time. So that's a card that is going to rebound. These are the cards we look for. But are they going to get lower today? Well, it is market crash day, so I do think that even though they've crashed pretty hard today, I think that they go lower later on Wednesday, because once we see the content at 6 p.m. UK and get closer and closer to division rival rewards, I think the entire market is going to start going down. And that's why I'm not holding on to any gold cards today like Nico Williams. I'm not holding on to any gold cards like Saliba. I'm not even going to really hold on to many out-of-pack cards. We still see those cards drop over the course of Wednesdays and previous weeks. So I don't think that holding on to very many cards today is a good idea, which is why I've gone out and liquidated my coins. I got about 5.4 million coins to spend, and I'm not exaggerating in the fact that I will spend every single one of those coins today as we get to division rival rewards. I might spend all of them before rival rewards and then wait for those cards to rise throughout Thursday and Friday. But what are the cards that I want to look at? Well, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. That transitions us into the next part of today's video, which is my investments for the rival rewards. Now, a lot of people will look at Trailblazers Team 2, and I don't think it's a terrible idea, because last week during rival rewards, we saw those cards hit their bottom point, and especially for cards like Dennis Mann, from elyyt, even maybe Grimaldo right there. I don't know the demand for that card, but, Dennis Mann, I think, could have a nice rebound. elyyt could have a nice rebound. I think Zakaria goes low, and it really just depends on how low these cards go. But take a look at Jean Duran from last week. Now, this Jean Duran, after the rival rewards came out, just started rising and rising and rising. I mean, he went down to 16,000 coins at rival rewards and just skyrocketed throughout the week, doubled in price. Could we see that happen for a couple of the Trailblazers Team 2 cards? I think we could, but we could also look at cards like Jean Duran and the cards from Team 1 of Trailblazers and expect them to also benefit from the coin injection that Division Rivals brings. So if you wanted to invest in a Jean Duran, who will probably drop in price throughout today, even some of the medium budget cards like Marcos Llorente, those cards could work out well. And one other trading tip that I'll give you guys is any cards that pop up on the front page of futbin that are out of packs are normally pretty good investments on rival rewards day. So we take a look at Openda, who is a card in the current team of the week. He's obviously very, very hyped up, because if people are checking his price and looking at him and thinking about buying him, that's when he pops up on the front page of futbin. And so it proves that he has demand. And so I think that a lot of the cards maybe from this team of the week could go up in price. And if I had to choose one, I would probably choose Openda. That's probably who I would go with. Maybe Conte could be good. That might be decent. And Inigo Martinez might be decent as well. Now, of course, those cards were cheaper a couple of days ago, but it doesn't mean you can't get in late and make some coins on rival reward flips. Even Kalulu right here may be a shout, because that card might go extinct at 60,000 coins. You get it at 50K right now. That card could go extinct at 60K. I don't think that's out of the question whatsoever. But again, I also do think that a lot of these cards hit a little bit of a lower point later in the day. So if you're watching this and you have notifications on for my channel, first of all, thank you, but maybe wait a few hours to buy some of these cards. Be patient with it, because after content release at 6 p.m. UK, I do think prices go lower throughout the night. And then maybe you could buy a few hours before rival rewards, or if you're trying to pick up cards that are in packs, then you could even buy at rival rewards. Now, if you take a look at Nico Williams last week, take a look at this card and see how he bounced up at rival rewards last week on Thursday. So that card went down during rewards and actually hit a low point a little later in the morning, and then started to rise throughout Thursday into Friday. So you could buy this card later on Thursday and still make good coins on cards like Nico Williams or Saliba, maybe even Ferland Mendy, any of the gold cards. I don't know too much about Griezmann. He is basically fodder price now, so maybe not so so much him. But for most of these gold cards, that is going to be true. So what you could do is you could invest in cards that are out of packs like Openda, who's going out of packs today. You could invest in him or any of the other out of packs that we've seen over the last few weeks. Total Rush, Team 2, even older Team of the Week cards. I mean, we saw Adeyemi even last week. Adeyemi has been out of packs since the first week of the game, guys. And look what happened at Rival Rewards last week. Well, it came around to Thursday, and this card went from 73,000 coins right after Rival Rewards shot up to 90,000 coins. He's been there ever since, but that coin injection took him from 60K up to 90,000 coins. Basically, any of the out of packs are going to work. So what you could do is you could get in on these cards on Wednesday, right? All of those cards that are low on Wednesday, buy them, sell after the first rise, then go in on gold cards and wait for those to rise even more into Friday. So there's 2 windows to actually get in on this. Buy, sell, buy again, sell again on Friday before content, maybe 3 or 4 hours before. So that's the plan for today, guys. Drop a like if that helped you out at all. But we're not done yet, because today we've got some more leaks. And we're going to have Rodri as a Centurions player. And it's going to be obviously a pretty good card. I don't think that these stats are confirmed, but given the fact that he just won Ballon d'Or and he hasn't gotten too many upgrades, obviously hasn't gotten any upgrades given the fact that he's been hurt, and I don't think we're going to get another upgrade until Team of the Year, and that's if he's in Team of the Year, which I think he will be, but I'm not 100% sure. There's kind of a debate already in my friends group chat. Will Rodri get into Team of the Year? Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, he won Ballon d'Or. He's one of the best players in the world, but he only played like 8 or 9 months during 2024 because he did sustain that injury. Is he still going to get into Team of the Year, which is in January? That is the question. Let me know your thoughts down below. So he's going to come as a Centurion, but we also have Ballon d'Or nominee cards coming. Now, we still didn't know what these cards meant. We saw the card design get leaked last week. We talked about how it could be an insane promo. Looks like these cards are going to be loans. And I don't know how you're going to get them. Maybe it's out of an SBC, maybe an objective. But loan cards, not as exciting as I thought that these cards were going to be. But we're probably going to see Bonmati, Rodri. We might even see cards like Lamine Yamal, who won the Copa Trophy. Emiliano Martinez, of course. But the card design is absolutely electric. It is so cool. And they're kind of wasting it on loan cards. So if they had done an entire promo with that card design, I would have spent so much more on those cards just because of the card design. That is one of the greatest card designs in the history of Ultimate Team. EA are using it on loan cards. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. But Centurion's Icon team is also coming this week, and we only have one player leaked, which is Rodri, but he's obviously not an Icon. So we're kind of confused. Is this going to be an entire team of Icons, or are they going to split it up like they did last year, where you have some Centurion cards, and yes, these are Centurions, the design, it looks a little bit different this year than it did last year, but we saw a mix of Icons and Centurions in last year's team. And so I think maybe they'll do the same thing this year. And are these cards going to be good to invest in? Well, if you take a look at most of them, we'll take a look at Jairzinho as an example. Most of them really aren't good cards to invest in until you get to about Black Friday. Now, here's Black Friday right there. It's a few weeks after these cards came out. That card did go from 2.3 million coins up to 2.9 million coins in just 2 weeks after Black Friday ended. So that's going to be the time to buy these Centurion Icon cards as investments. But do we want to invest as they're going out of packs? Well, it does not look like it, because that Black Friday market crash hits like a motherfucker. So do not be buying those cards as long-term investments, but you could probably flip these cards on day one, and you might be able to even flip during the week. Obviously, Rival Rewards every week is like free money, but these cards I don't think you're going to be wanting to hold on to too long when they do come out. So don't think investments on these cards. Think quick flips. And of course, subscribe for Friday flipping. We're going to do that every single Friday. We're going to drop a video on Friday flipping. It might come out Saturdays sometimes. And then we're also going to do a live stream about Friday flipping, which you can find that link down below to my Twitch channel. But the thing about it is last year Centurions came out a little bit earlier than what is this year because we got the Trailblazers promo while Centurions was out last year, this year. So Triple Threat was actually out at the exact same time as Centurions is coming out now. So I decided to look at these cards as well and see, do they follow a similar trend? Are these cards cheap? Can you invest out of packs, or are they going to go up after Black Friday? And the answer is the exact same. Yes, it is Black Friday that you want to buy these cards, maybe the day before Black Friday. But you can see right here, this is Yaya Toure. He hit his low point at 1.6 million coins, went up to 2 million coins in 1 week. Took 1 week to go from 1.6 to 2 million coins on those cards. And so I think that even though Torre isn't an icon, he was a hero Centurion last year, I think these triple threat cards are going to be very, very similar to the trend we're going to see this year with the Centurions. And if we take a look at it, even medium budget cards, these cards did not go up out of packs. She went out of packs at 19K and just dropped and dropped and dropped. And then on Black Friday, she got down to 12K. Now, there was a recovery. You could buy on Black Friday with these cards, but probably not the perfect investment, probably not the best investment. I don't know. I mean, you could hold that card for a couple weeks and still make a decent return on investment. And as you can see, there was a spike right here from about 21,000 coins to 26K. I think that was because you needed one of these cards in objectives. You needed to actually have a triple threat card for objectives. And so it was more of an artificial rise than a natural rise. So that's my take on the Centurions that are coming out this week and how to trade with them. And we obviously already covered all of the investments for the division rival rewards. But one thing I do want to turn your eye to before we end today's video, 83 rated cards have woken up. They are 1.1 thousand coins right now. You could probably still get on bid for like 950 or 900. I want you guys to look at these kind of cards after rival rewards tonight and start bidding 850 on all of them. Fill your transfer targets up, and you could even go unassigned if you really want to go for unassigned. Try to probably pick up as many 83 rated cards as you possibly can at the lowest price. 850 coins. Do not spend more than 900. These cards will come back down at rival rewards. 1 hour after rewards come out is when those cards are going to be expiring. You should be bidding 850 coins on all of them and try to get as many as you can, because these cards have woken up, and then now you're going to be able to sell these cards for probably 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 thousand coins, doubling your coins on these investments just to lazy buyers. That's before these cards even go up in price, because people will spend 1.6K on these cards just because they're lazy. You list these cards up over and over and over again, even right now, they'll sell for nearly 2,000 coins. That's one of the best low budget trading methods I can give you guys. And even if you have a high budget, buy thousands of them and just start listing 100 of them at a time, overpriced selling, double their price, just put them at 1.8K, 1.5K, 1.6K, and just keep listing, because they will sell in batches. They're not going to sell all 100 in one go, but if you list 100, you might sell 7, and then you just add the other 7 to it, and you just keep relisting. It is a great trading method right now that's going to make you, 10,000 coins an hour every single time you relist. So 83s are huge money right now, but 84s, 85s, 86s, right now 86s kind of low, probably should go lower at rival rewards. Could look at those cards. It looks like 89 slightly down, not really, but 86s look pretty good. 85s are under 6K again. 84s are kind of expensive. Everything hasn't really moved for the most part on these cards, but we are getting more SBCs, and EA are requiring more windows, and they're requiring higher rateds every single week. We're getting closer and closer to, I think, these cards popping a little bit. But again, I don't invest in fodder all too much because, quite frankly, I think it's a little bit boring, but it is effective for any of you who do want to get involved. So I thought I'd cover it for those of you who have the lower budgets and do like trading with fodder. But that's it for today's episode. We covered so much today. That was a lot to go over. So we're going to be back tomorrow with any new news, any new leaks, any new information that we have on Centurions. So I'll see you guys then. Peace out.